the tempo that they played with, the ability to be aggressive on offense, which was not the case in the first 2 weeks. And then allowing him to play out in movement, right? He completed 7 passes last night on the move. All 3 of his touchdowns last night were him moving, whether they were by design or breaking the pocket, getting Tariq Cohen the ball out in space, getting Gabriel the ball with some picks and rubs. This was big for this offense last night. This was an incredible moment for this team, or important moment for this football team and this young quarterback last night to go answer some questions. So I like that Matt Nagy kind of played with some aggression. You saw Mitchell Trubisky play free, and that's going to have impact on this offense moving forward.
Did he, Marcus, answer your questions, Trubisky, last night?
Well, he would have answered a lot of questions if Aaron Rodgers wasn't in this division. That's the tough part. But what I will say is this. They've gotten back. Nagy got back to moving Mitchell Trubisky, which is key. We forget that this kid was known for his athleticism as well coming out of North Carolina. I think it's very important for him to be comfortable. We see a lot with these young quarterbacks that they're just better moving, because that's what they're used to doing. And then you eventually evolve into being a 5-step or a 3-step drop guy throwing from the pocket. But for right now, let Mitchell Trubisky use his athleticism to make him a better quarterback in your system.
This is no question a championship caliber defense. Sure. Do you see the makings of a championship caliber offense in Chicago?
As I sit here today on Tuesday morning, no. But I'm so encouraged by last night because of the stuff that they did. Their offensive line needs to play a little bit better. There's some penalties and Mitchell being forced to move a little bit. But as of right now, no. And that's partly because Stafford's in that division and Rodgers in that division and the Packers are so good. But I'm telling you, this was a huge night because this was the biggest game in Mitchell Trubisky's young career. Like, he had to go play well last night, and he did. So if they can continue to stack those blocks, they'll be back to where they need to be come November, December.
And he's going to be fortunate from extra possessions throughout a game as well, with what this defense is doing. A lot of people talk about the turnovers, and the reason why the turnover margin is so big, we talked about it all the time in our defensive meetings during the week, is because you steal 3 or 4 possessions for your offense, and hopefully it turns into at least 6 points.
And that's a big point, though, because a lot of times when people hear the team has a great defense, you think, oh, as a coach and a quarterback, just get conservative. What we saw last night was an aggressive offense because they trust the defense.
Absolutely.
Listen, if we go 3 and out or we're too aggressive when we turn it over, they'll get it back for us, right? So that's a big part.
Do you think it's enough to carry Chicago to a title?
Not to a title, not in this day and age in the NFL, but they will get them deeper. And, you know, like Dan and I were talking earlier, this offense needs to find their niche and explosiveness, because if you do complement what this defense is, absolutely they are a championship team. They change games. It's very rare that you have an opportunity in the NFL to look across the defense and say, these guys can literally change the game. They can win a game. If we didn't have any possessions on offense, we could possibly win a game with our defense. That's special. That's different. That's not something everybody can say. Between Trevathan, between Smith, and Khalil Mack, this is the best linebacking core in the league. And I'm hard-pressed to say that because I love Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch with the Cowboys and Sean Lee. But when you look at how these guys affect the game, the talent that they have, it's tough to find anybody out there better.
Okay, so there's a lot of people, though, that would say, oh, we have recent history, the Broncos a few years ago, that you don't have to have a very good, in fact, you can have a terrible offense if you have a historic defense, and it can, in fact, take you to a title. Do you see them being as good as that historic Broncos defense a few years ago?
They can be, yeah.
Okay.
I said this year that they wouldn't be able to create and cause the turnovers that they did last year because offenses would get smarter and figure out a way to attack them. There is no getting around them, though. With Khalil coming off the edge, Eddie Jackson, obviously, Clint Dix, Fuller in the back end. The difference is the Bears have playmakers. I'm a big proponent of this, especially I talk about it in college all the time. Where is your guy on every level of the defense? Up front is Khalil. In the middle is Trevathan and Roquan Smith. And then on the back end, the 3 guys I just mentioned. So find me a hole in the Bears defense, and I'll tell you they can be exploited. There are none. And that's not even talking about Hicks up front as well on the interior of that defensive line. They are difference makers.